We are officially starting chapter 8 today. Fractions. Cool. Let's talk about the vocab words that you cut out of your notebook. So we're going to talk about the fraction vocab words that you just cut out. This is a lot like our problem of the day. If the word is thirds, how many parts are there in the shape?
3 equal parts.
Equal, that's the key word, Gage, because it's not really an equal part if all of the shapes cut out in the part are not the same size, right? What about a whole?
There's no half.
There's no half.
It's just one big one.
One big shape, right? It's not cut up into pieces. It's just one whole. Sixth.
It's
6 equal parts. Yep. Unit fraction. A unit fraction is a fraction that has 1 as its top number. Raise your hand if you can tell me what the top number is called, Gage.
The numerator.
Get a book.
Like 10 on the bottom.
What about fourths?
There's 4 equal parts.
Eighths.
8 equal parts.
8 equal parts. Halves.
2 equal parts. It's split right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Or the
Yeah, just 2 equal parts. Denominator's always on the
bottom.
Good. Thanks for letting me borrow these, Ellie. What is it? Yeah, so we have 2 friends. If the first friend gets 1, 2, 3, and the second friend gets 1, 2, 3, is that equal? I love it. Good job. So how are you gonna write that? How many pieces are in each one? 3 over 2. Yes. Good job. Alrighty. I hope we are finished and ready to go. Can I please see Layla? Are you done? Good stuff. Let's see it. Alright. Get some hand sanitizer. Yeah. Okay. 3rd grade, are we ready? Our first problem says 2 friends share 3 fruit bars equally. How much does each friend get? Layla says they each get 3 pieces. That is correct, but how are we going to say that? Thirds. Not. Are these broken into thirds? 2.
Broken into 2.
Halves. So Jesse, we're going to say they each get 3. What is it? 3 halves. Good job. So one friend gets 1, 2, 3. How many pieces are left? 3. So the second friend gets 1, 2, 3. Do we understand? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Yeah. All right, we're getting there. 4 blocks in different shapes. How else can you draw with 4 blocks 1/4? Let's see. It can be in any shape. You just need to have 4 equal parts, right? Look.
Oh, I did that one.
So, are these the same? They each have 4 equal parts? Okay, what if I do that and that? The same amount is shaded, correct?
Yeah.
What amount is shaded?
1/4.
1/4. Write the number of equal parts in the whole.
6.
Then write the fraction that names the shaded part. So on the top number, we're going to write how many equal parts it has. This one has
6.
How much of this shape is shaded? 1 what?
1/6.
1/6. So on the bottom we're writing fraction. How many parts do we have in number 5?
1, 2.
Listen to the question. How many parts do we have in number 5? 2. How much is shaded? 1/2. How many equal parts in number 6?
4.
And how many parts are shaded? 1/4. How many equal parts do we have in number 7?
8.
And how much of that is shaded? 1/8. 3/4. Good. Draw a picture to show what 1 out of 3 equal parts looks like. Okay, Isabella, I like how you did this, but what could we add to this to show 1/3? LEG? Shade in one of them. That's what I would have done. Yeah. So we can shade in one. We could.
Me too.
Yep, 1/3. Good job. It says what fraction names the shaded part. How many? Think of the question before you answer. How many equal parts are there?
4.
4. Gauge how many or what fraction names the shaded part? 1/4. Good job. Tasha cut a fruit bar into 3 equal parts. She ate 1 part. What fraction of the fruit bar did Tasha eat?
1/3.
1/3. Let's start using fraction terms. So instead of saying 1 out of 3, try to get into the habit of saying 1/3 or 1/4.
1/4. 1/5.
Yep, just get used to those words. Here's a question for you. If she ate 1/3, what does she have left? In fraction terms. Raise your hand. What does she have left?
1/2.
Not 1/2.
Oh.
Landon?
2/3.
2/3 left.
Yes.
Good job. So she ate 1/3. She still has 2/3 left. Good job. So the parts that are not red are 2 on top. The number on top is called the,
Numerator.
and the number on the bottom is called the,
Denominator.
and we have 3 as the denominator because we have how many equal parts? 3 parts in total. We put that on the bottom. So 2/3 or 2 parts out of 3 equal parts are not red. So on our next page, we're going to write the missing word or number to name the shaded part. This is kind of tricky. You have to pay attention because we have to write the missing word or number. We're missing the word, we're missing the words, and we're missing the number up here. So for this one, we have 2 parts out of 6, 2 6. What are we going to write right here? How do you spell that?
TWO.
We have 5 parts out of 8 or 5/8 shaded. What are we going to write? 5.
FIVE.
Here we're missing the number or the top number called the,
Numerator.
and how many parts are shaded? 2/3.
6. I literally even told you.
Right here we have 6 parts and 6 parts shaded. 6 6 or
1 whole.
good job. Write a fraction in words and numbers to name the shaded part. Does it matter which 2 I shade?
No.
Because it's still going to equal 2/8, right? So pick which 2 you want to shade.
Okay.
Are you going to shade 3?
No.
Are you only going to shade 1?
No.
We are shading 2 parts. Write the fraction that names each part. Write a fraction in words and in numbers to name the shaded part. So how about coming up to do this first one, Layla? How about coming up to do the second, Landon? And how about LEG? Good. Thanks, Curly. How do we feel about it? Why don't you like it?
No, it's not.
What do you think is hard? Well, if someone thinks something's hard, that's okay. We can talk about it. What part do you think is hard? This one? Okay. So how many parts do we have in total? 4. This is, I told you guys yesterday, this is what I like to do.
Yeah.
And actually, LEG did it over here. She numbered every single part.
Yeah, that's
Right, so I have 4 parts in total. So each part, individually, we're going to say is 1 out of 4. Because if we're talking about 1 part, we're just going to call it 1/4. You got it? In word form, we're just going to spell out the fraction that's shaded. So how many here do we have shaded? 2. Spelled out the fraction part right here. And then the last step was to write out the fraction in number form. It's the same part, but it has 3 different parts to each problem, okay? So you guys are going to try to do these by yourself. The first part, you're naming what one piece of the fraction is called. The second part, you're writing the word form of the part that is shaded. And then down here, you're going to write the number form of the fraction that is shaded. To write a fraction in words and in numbers to name the shaded part. So what do we call the amount that is shaded in word form, Gage?
7.
It's 7/8, and we're going to spell it out. S-E-V-E-N. 7/8. If I were writing 7/8 in fraction form, Benton, how would I do that?
2/8.
2/8. If I was writing 7/8 in fraction form, how would I write it? What would my numerator be?
8.
My numerator on top?
7.
7. And what's my denominator?
8.
8. That is 7/8. Moving on to number 6. Each part is blank. So that means if I were to name one part of this shape, what am I going to call it, Landon?
1/3.
1/3. And then let's talk about how much is shaded. In this shape, what is shaded, Carly?
2/3.
2/3. And we're writing it out. So how do I spell that?
T-W-O.
T-W-O. How do I write that, Derek? What's my numerator in 2/3? 2 out of 3. Good job. For number 7, each part is what of this shape, Jackson?
1/6.
1/6. And now we're talking about how much is shaded, Ashley.
4/6.
4/6. How do I spell that type of 4?
4 F-O-U-R.
Good job. And if I was writing 4/6 as a fraction, Gage, what's my numerator?
Your numerator is
4. My denominator is
6.
good. Good job. How do you guys feel about it?
Good.
Okay, shape the fraction circle to model the fraction. Then write the fraction in numbers. 6 out of 8. Come do this for me, Bentley. So how many are you going to shade? Okay. And how do you write the fraction for that one? Come show me 3/4. Layla. Show me 3/4 of this shape. What would you shade and how do you write it as a fraction? Good job. That is indeed 3/4. How'd you know that? What? Good. I bet you can show me another way that you would write that. 3 out of 3.
I just said it.
Hands down. Derek can do it. And you have 3 out of 3, and everything is shaded. So the numerator and the denominator are the same. Good stuff. Thanks, buddy. So this is where I would draw a picture again.
That's what I do.
I have a flag with 4 equal parts. And how much is shaded white, Ashley? Say up here. 1 is shaded white. So what fraction of the flag is not white? Jackson?
1/4.
This 1/4 is shaded white. 3 out of 4 or 3/4. Good job.